Hello, beautiful soul family. Pa 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 pa. Okay, testing. Hopefully, you can hear me. And it's been a while, but it's time for recalibration. And I thought, what better way than to do a little live vibe and to share one of my favorite journal prompts that I discovered with the help of my soul sister Aria. I'm pretty excited. This is actually one of the journal prompts that we've invited the light resonance souls that are journeying through the chakras and expanding their soul's expression, whether it be through the verbal forms of light language or physical, visual, however the gifts manifest. It's really cool, and I feel super honored and excited to share this experience and exercise with you. So I'm pretty excited. It's going to be a pretty chill vibe. I hope that you have water with you. I have my water bottle. And I'm going to be just drawing. We'll be doodling a little bit, and I'm excited. It's going to be like one of those fun little ones. It's been a while, and I definitely feel like so much has shifted. So forgive me if, if if you feel unsettled by the change and the shifts. And thank you for being here. Okay, hopefully everything's good. Again, it's been a little while, so the setup is a work in progress, but I'm pretty excited, so let's go. Okay. Alright, we're just gonna hop into it. Not gonna waste any time. This is a fun exercise, and I strongly believe that all life forms have this kind of blueprint, how the energy flows, where it goes. So we're going to be exploring that, and we'll start with a blank slate. It's not very blank, but we were doing a little doodling. I just got back from France yesterday, and it was such an amazing time. I feel like a different person. I wish I could speak more French. We're working on that. But for now, I wanted to take some time to just sit down. I feel like after traveling for a while, it's really nice to just like ground, and I always feel like a little bit of a different person after a moment of traveling. So this is a perfect exercise for the shifting of seasons, and I'm excited to do it with you. So let's start the drawing. I hope you have a pen and a paper with you so you can join. And we're going to start off really simple. I hope you can hear me, by the way. If not, that's fine. You'll be able to follow the drawing, hopefully. And we're going to start with drawing the trunk. And the trunk, just 2 lines. It signifies like your heart. Wow. Damn, that's a pretty beautiful trunk, but like, we got a thick heart. Damn, okay, maybe this. It's a bit thick. Trying to find that. Yes, sturdy. That's sturdy. I like that. That's good. Okay. Very cool. Alright, so this is your heart. This is you. And I'm just gonna put my signature in the middle. Okay. So now we're gonna go down and start at the bottom and explore the roots. Now these are the source, the source of life, where we draw life. And we're gonna be drawing individual roots, but you can kind of start pretty broad. I'm gonna start by thinking about where my left brain and my right brain receive their sources of inspiration in life. So, quite frankly, I'm just gonna put down like right here, stability, on one side. And then on the other side, I'm gonna put down flow. Now you can break up the branches in any way, but this is how I intuitively feel led to break up mine. Now there's a couple of things with stability, and let's be a little bit more clear. I think for me, stability comes in the form of support. And so I'm just adding words to kind of describe stability a little bit more as the roots branch off. And for flow, I really see that as creativity. And now there's a couple of things that can go underneath there. So for support, I kind of see this this branch of like relationships. Okay, I see this branch of almost like achievements kind of coming from this stability. And we'll just say success. Whatever success looks like, now that's kind of different. Now here on the creativity and the flow side, I kind of see learning as a big one. I see experimenting. Now I know some people could get like dizzy with me, but I'm kind of branching off pretty deep. With flow, you know, I could mean, geez, nourishment. I'm thinking like swimming, and then movement. And then I kind of am just flowing through this. I think fun is a good one. So my root systems are kind of looking crazy. I'm not gonna lie. And that's totally fine. Family is a big one. Yeah, and I think family is connected with with support in relationships. So pay no mind. Where you put it is where you put it for a reason. So yeah, I could move it. But if you're working on a piece of paper, then you can't really move it, and that's totally fine. Yes. Ah, Giovanni, I love how you are describing success as the size of your heart and the amount of life force and energy in your eyes. Oh, I think that's beautiful. Okay. I am gonna move family because I can. Just because I can. Experimenting in flow and food is a big one. And food goes with nourishment, so I love food. Learning, teaching. I think I really love teaching. And this is something I've never really acknowledged. What's up, Grand Strategist? But I really like teaching. I think it's fun. I mean, thinking about it, the first job I ever had was teaching kids how to swim. And yeah, I very much enjoyed teaching. So we have like this big gap in the middle, and I'm just gonna put God. I think that, yeah, that feels right. And like with flow, you could say faith is like a big one. I have very blind faith, and I think a lot of the times people are worried, and I could make a whole other video talking about blind faith. But yeah, that's a thing, and I'm thankful about it. Okay, so yeah, that's one. I think with faith, there's also just like trust. There's also like this, like just speaking truth and movement. I think with all of that, you could say there's this idea of like expression. So now our roots are getting pretty crazy. They're going in and out and bobbing and weaving, and some of them may connect better than others, and that's okay. Everything is supposed to be the way it is. I love that God's just kind of floating there. When it comes to my spirituality, which I'm not even really sure. My spirituality is just the fact that God is this thing that is everything, and that we are a part of God. You can see it in so many ways. But respecting that's actually a big part of it. And that ties into when we are experimenting in relationships. Boundaries. Boundaries are honestly, I think, where the biggest amount of stability comes from for me. Of course, we could say experimenting with humans' life, what it means to be a human. This has been something I've been coming back to a lot. But I'm actually gonna branch off of that. I don't know if you know, but this year I've been working on being more humble, and the idea of human experience. Okay, you guys know that means experience. Yeah. And humility. Humility just means to be down to the earth, and I think that's going to be the last one, which I'll just say nature. Okay, nature could be so many things, and we could continue to go, but I think in terms of roots, that's what we got. That's what we're working with. And I'm curious, again, I invite you to take a piece of paper and do this with me. You might as well if you're watching it. You'll get more insight from it. I promise you that. Okay, so we finished the roots and we're going to move on to the branches. And these are our commitments. So, where do you put your energy into what each day? Where does it regularly go? So for me, when I think about the right and left brain, I think about work. I have a lot of different kinds of work, but let's move through. We'll say family. That's a big one. Family. I could just say relationships, honestly, because you got friends as well. And a lot of my friends are like family. We'll put down like personal development that ties into spirituality, my brand. Sheesh. Oh man. To earth. I feel like this sense of responsibility to the earth. And of course, it's more like practically on a smaller scale to the gardens that I'm stewarding. The work is never ending though, and I'm learning that as I go, that you gotta just give yourself time to rest. Yeah, at this time, I think health has been a really big one. Also education. So personal development is getting a couple of different, I'm just going to say, well-being. and education. So now that we have all of these little branches, I mean, that's what our tree at the top is looking like. Of course, work is going to look like a couple of things. I love my part-time job at the park. It's fun, but it's pretty taxing on the body in terms of you're outside and you're working and you're gardening for 8 hours. And so when I go home, I think it's really important to take care of my well-being and also families and friends. I don't know why food is coming, just quality time. For me, that's usually like cooking, eating with people, making them food. I think that's like a very, yeah. I'm happy that we're hitting on a lot of points that are similar grand strategists. That's cool. And yeah. So draw branches for each, right? You've wrote, you can split the branches, but we're really just putting down these kind of responsibilities, the things that are on your shoulders that you're carrying throughout the day. I think for me, well-being could continue to branch out, like if I wanted to say mental. There's also the physical aspect, which will go more with earth. And it's been like this balance between taking care of the gardens and also knowing my limits. I'm not trying to pull out my back, digging a hole. So it's been something that I would take really slowly because I really want to make sure I'm using the right muscles when I'm doing anything as simple as picking up dirt, digging a hole, or pruning a tree. Okay. So there are lots of other places with work as well that we could kind of branch out. We could go into the, the portals that I hold. They're kind of tied into self-development for sure. But right now they're on my mind because they're like right there and I love them. And I love working on it. We also have like Good Vibes Delivery, of course. Then we have my part-time job. And that's cool. And then we have like Good Vibes Delivery, which is pretty cool. Portals, yeah, there's like different courses, CYC, exploring that, like resonance portal. Fantastic. Okay, so we're kind of exploring, we're expanding. There are a couple of other things in terms of work I think would be cool, but right now I think it's time to focus on the personal development and well-being first, for sure. With family and friends, I could talk a little bit about travel. Like, I went to another country that I've never been for someone I'm in a relationship with, and I thought that was really cool. And yeah, traveling to see my family in Jamaica, traveling to see friends. And there's just like a lot of moving parts and being okay with that. So now we're gonna be adding the leaves, the foliage to our tree. We have the branches, and the leaves are a result of the energy. So you're just gonna kind of intuitively draw the leaves where you feel you've put energy into, that are hydrated, that are giving. So I would say slight resonance portal, like I'm seeing beautiful things. I think CYC as well. The part-time job, big leaf for that. Quality time, dang. Your girl has been on overdrive, honestly. It's cool, and I could do better with family and friends. Traveling is crazy, I think, after this this I'm definitely like, I haven't even been home for 24 hours. We're hit the ground running. And I'm definitely going to take a nap. It's not going to be a nap. I'm going to go to sleep. I don't care if it's 8 p.m. It's time to sleep. I'll wake up at 4. It works out. Personal development has been okay. I think just having the awareness that I have, like, I give myself a leaf for that. I give myself a big, beautiful leaf for that, because it's been a big one that I've been working on. The gardens are struggling, but I think the great thing is now that I've put in the work earlier in the season and they've established themselves. So really the main thing is just having someone harvest, and there are more people that are willing to harvest than to water and weed and plant and propagate. So that's cool. So even though I haven't put in a lot of energy, I'm now starting to see the fruit. And so that's really cool. So even though I haven't put in that much energy, I still am getting the fruit of that because I have put in so much energy the past 3 seasons that now it's starting to come. So yeah, I mean, and I say that, but it's only been three weeks that I really haven't been going out there, putting blood, sweat, and tears. But yeah, I feel pretty good with that. The well-being could be better. I think it's, again, with awareness. Education could also be better. But personal development, I think I'm on the right track. Alright, cool. Physically, I would like to swim more, but I've been getting my steps in, my friend. I have been getting my steps in, like 25,000 steps a day. And now I'm gonna listen to my body. I'm gonna go to sleep soon, okay? But yeah, I'm really happy. This was cool. This kind of gave me some insight on where am I actually putting my energy into, and what could I put more energy into? I think it's actually quite good, but I definitely, Earth, what's going on here? There's not a lot. The fruit is nice, but it can't produce more fruit without the leaves. There seems to be a lot of leaves over here. Like, I've been spending more time with just family, friends, planning, get-togethers with friends and stuff. It's cool. And, yeah, I feel pretty good. Now is the time that if you followed along and you made your own beautiful tree of life force energy art journal prompt, you can take some time to actually really reflect. I mean, I just did with you. I shared my reflections of what's going on up here and where I feel like I would like to put a little bit more energy into. Really, I think I'm feeling called to learn more practices with well-being. I'm sharing what I'm learning. I realize that's the best way for me to learn anything, is just to share it, teach it. As soon as I get the concept, to get feedback, see if it's clear, and then iterate and go from there. And I think when it comes to taking care of myself and the well-being of my being, my physical and mental being, it has a very, very strong connection and relationship with the earth. And so one of my plants died during the 3 weeks, which is no surprise. It's not like you can tell your plants to only drink a little of water and ration it. And, even if you ask somebody to water them, it's no guarantee that they'll remember all of them. I only have 15 in my room, but that can be kind of overwhelming for some people, and I understand. But yeah, I think it's time to rest. And my being is kind of calling for rest. Earth is like, it's okay at this point. There's no point in when a plant, a fruit tree specifically, is producing leaves. but you want fruit, there's no point in being, if you're one way or the other, if you're lukewarm when it comes to cultivating that crop, and you do not either prune the foliage, the branches, or take the fruit out, it's going to struggle and both are going to be weak, and it's just not going to be good for the plant. It doesn't have enough energy. So in this case, I'm focusing on just letting the fruit grow. And I know that there are enough leaves in other areas. Thankfully, I have good family and friends that are helping with the harvest. Cool. All right, so that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this little exercise. It definitely is a fun one. I totally enjoy it. I think it's great. And if you would like to join the Light Resonance portal, then totally do. It's pretty cool. I'm finding it so like aligned and synchronous with the actual energies that we are experiencing collectively. It's really cool. And yeah, we share a whole bunch of light language. We share a whole bunch of other healing modalities and practices aligned with the chakras. We're going to be going into the sacral on Thursday. And if you want to access just the sacral, just to see what it's like, no commitment to like joining the whole portal and going through all of them. If you just feel led to focus on one energy center, cool, you can do that. And I left the link down below, so check it out. It's pretty fun. And if you have any questions, if you're like, hey, yo, I'd really like to experience, but whatever blocks are coming up, let us know, because we want as many people that are resonant with the portal to enter it. So if you resonate, check it out. And thank you so much for joining. All right. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you. God bless. Namaste.